guys, I hope you're ready for a jam-packed YouTube video today. We are going to be doing lots of decluttering, tackling all of those random areas in my home that have become a cluttered mess. I'm going to be sharing some real life gross messes that we'll be tackling and just getting it done. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready to get things done with me today. Hey friends, how are you doing? Welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, I want to welcome you to Jamie's Journey. We have a lot that we're going to be doing in today's video. You can see the girls running around as I was trying to tackle stuff on my to-do list for the week. So kind of my plan for this week was a house reset. As you can see, the house was messy. I just had that itch to just go around and focus on all of the little messes throughout my home. And there's just a lot of areas in my home that have become a cluttered mess and have been driving me crazy. So I decided this week I'm going to focus on decluttering all of those areas. So we're going to do a house reset. We're going to do some restocking. We're going to do some cleaning. Lots of decluttering, and we're just going to get it done. And then I also have a Costco grocery haul. You can see right there, I was waving my hand because I was going to have the girls help me, but then I was like, no, get out. I was just in one of those moods where the house just was irritating me, and I was going to have them help. Sometimes it's nice to have help, and then other times you're just like, no, get out of my way. Just go do something and let me clean up in peace. I almost didn't want the added chaos of the kids and me delegating and telling them what to do. So I was like, get out, go outside, go run around and play, and let me get started. There also is a Costco grocery haul in today's video at the end, so stay tuned for that. I got some new stuff and some tried and true things we love getting from there. This is the aftermath of, all of our activities. So I don't know if you guys know those little black things that were on the rug. Those are from turf. Avery played in a softball tournament this past weekend. They won another softball tournament. And I have something really exciting to share about a huge accomplishment that Avery made during that game. But I'll get to that in a minute. But the tournament she played in, it was up in Michigan. It was about an hour and a half up in Michigan, Birmingham, Michigan, which is a absolute beautiful city. And they played on a turf field, which was really, really cool. It was an absolutely beautiful field, and it was just really cool to watch her play. So when we got home, Mike is on the field coaching. So between his shoes and Avery's cleats, they tracked in some little turf pebbles. I don't know what they are, but little pieces of the turf. So I think that's part of what was adding to my anxiety for this day. I don't know if you guys can relate, but sometimes when I get annoyed and I start walking and then I'll step on crumbs and I'm like, ugh, drives me crazy. Or I saw the grass on the locker area and then the little turf pebbles. I was like, oh, this is driving me crazy. And I think that was part of why I was get out of the house, go. I need to clean in silence. And then I was cleaning up. So what I did do was, if you saw me, I have our collapsible laundry baskets. I like using those I knew we had a lot of stuff downstairs that the girls needed to put away. So I was just putting everything that needed to go upstairs in that basket. And then when I was ready to bring them back inside, they were going to put away all their stuff. And I don't know, this was just a mess that was on the cabinet. I was just, instead of waiting and tackling it another day, I was like, nope, I'm going to do it right now. So you guys are probably seeing this video, maybe on Sunday, is that the 6th? 4th, 5th, 6th, I think so, or after 4th of July, or maybe like earlier on in the week. So I hope your 4th of July, if you're from the United States, I hope you had a fun 4th of July. 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays. I think 4th of July and Halloween. I've always loved Halloween, but I also think with both of those, fall is my favorite season, and then summer is my second favorite season. So I don't know if it's like those are the two big holidays that are in the seasons that I love. I don't know if that's what it is, or they're just the holidays I love. Like, I love dressing up. I love finding cool costumes when it comes to Halloween, so I think that's fun. And then when it comes to 4th of July, it's like, it's the summer, it's hot out. I love warm weather. Like, I don't know why I live in the north, because I am not made for the cold. Like, the cold makes me angry. I don't know, my body can't handle when it gets really cold. But like the heat, I can handle high levels of heat. When we went to Disney World last year in June, I was getting messages on Instagram from people who lived in Orlando, and they were like, it's even too hot for us, meaning this is a heat wave for us. Like, this is even hotter than what it normally is down here. And honestly, I was like, fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. Was I very hot? Absolutely. But I could handle 100, 110 way easier than I could handle like 20 degrees. So anyways, I don't know if that's why I love the 4th of July so much, but there's just something about sitting outside and hearing the fireworks go off. I don't know. It's just, I love the 4th of July. So I hope you have a good 4th of July. And here I'm just soaking our bar stool covers in some OxyClean and powdered Tide. I'm going to soak them overnight, and then I'll clean them the next day. Here I'm using the Fresh tablets to clean out my garbage disposal. I will have them linked below. I get them from Amazon, but I really like these, and I know they keep my garbage disposal pretty clean, because in our last house, I would take out the garbage disposal, or I would have Mike take apart the garbage disposal, and then I would clean it like inside really well. Like, I'd bring it out from under the sink and clean it out, and it always was filled with a lot of buildup. And In the new house, I have been using the Fresh tablets, and we've pulled out the garbage disposal, and there's no buildup. So I think they work pretty well. And by the way, this also happened in our old house. We did have an issue one time with our kitchen sink, the drain, and we had a plumber come out, and they said, do not put baking soda down your drain. I think there's a lot of, cleaning hacks like baking soda and vinegar where it like bubbles up, that it can help you clean your drain, your kitchen sink drain. But they said that what it does is the baking soda builds up on the drain. Like, how like baking soda, when it gets wet, if it doesn't get flushed away, then it kind of hardens. And if you keep doing that over time, you're going to have some issues. So just FYI, love these Fresh tablets. And then here I had Mike take off the pendant lights. They get dirty quite often, very dusty. And I find that it's easier just to take them down, put them in the sink. I lay a towel down to cushion inside the sink, and then I just wash them with some Dawn dish soap, and they come out sparkling clean. All right, trigger warning before we get to the basement toilet. This happens. It happened in our old house in the summertime. It happens now here. This is from the heat and humidity levels rising, and it's mold and mildew that grows inside of the toilet. So, yeah. We have not been down here very often. This bathroom doesn't get used a ton in the summertime. Well, I mean, we've been obviously very busy and out of the house a lot, but also in the summertime, we're just outside more and not in the basement. And so the toilet doesn't get flushed. And when the toilet doesn't get flushed regularly and just sits there with the heat and humidity, and it's been very hot here lately, when I've woken up in the morning, all of our windows are fogged over because it's, we have the air conditioning on in the house, and then it's just so humid. I think last week it was like we were having temperatures like of 100 degrees and then 70% humidity, which is hotter than normal. So when you have that, and then our basement is extra cold because heat rises, obviously, from the air conditioning. It's warmer upstairs than it is downstairs. Here, I made some spaghetti sauce. So I was just cleaning it with my Jaws degreaser, and then I went in with my Zep grout cleaner that does a really, really good job. But anyways, yes, basement toilet, so gross. But I think I went down there, I was working out, and I randomly use the bathroom, which I typically don't during my workouts because I usually just obviously go to the bathroom before I'm getting changed and then go downstairs. But I had to use it, and that's when I saw how dirty it was. I was like, okay, this week you have to clean this toilet because it's gross. So I'm sorry that it's gross, but I just wanted to share. I mean, I almost thought about not sharing it because it's so gross, and I didn't want to gross you guys out, but it's a real life mess, and sometimes things slip away from me. So I think this area was one of the things that really signaled to me, like, okay, let's focus on all of these random areas in your home. And I think I talked about this in another video. Honestly, sometimes I'm like, did I just think that in my head? That's how I can tell I'm getting older, because I'm like, did I just think that in my head, or did I actually say it out loud to the person I intended to say that to? So I don't know if I already said this to you guys before, but obviously we've been a little bit extra busy on the weekends and the evenings with the girls' activities, which with that, I think a lot of what I've been doing weekly is just maintaining, right? Keeping up with just like the general, the main living areas of our home and keeping things clean, keeping up on laundry, occasionally doing, deep cleaning that needs to be done. And there's a lot of these areas like here in the laundry room, like I've just been ignoring this. And every time I open it, like it drives me crazy. And I'm like, I'll handle it at a different time. And I just got to this point where I'm like, okay, when I open this cabinet, it drives me crazy. When I open this cabinet, it just is not as clean, or it's just more cluttered than I want it to be. And I'm like, nope, this week, I'm going to tackle these areas. So under the laundry sink, like I'm going to do under my kitchen sink, our medicine cabinet, which I have some really cool organizers in there if you guys are new here that I'll share with you. But it just helps to do that periodically, because when I was going through, like, let's say my medicine cabinet, there were some medicines or supplements that had been expired or that we don't need or use anymore. Same thing under the kitchen sink. There were things in there that I'm like, I don't really use this cleaning product anymore. I'm going to give it to somebody else, or I'm going to put this in a different area of my home. So it's good to do these little random, like, micro decluttering sessions from time to time. It's like, when your house is messy, sometimes you feel like there's noise, right? I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but you just feel like there's like this noise in your head when you walk through your house and it's messy. And then sometimes like you can ignore the messes that are tucked away, like in a cabinet, right? And that's what I've been doing. It's like I've ignored those messes. But I think at this point, I started to get to a point where I'm like, I can't ignore these messes anymore. They're driving me crazy. So this was, under the kitchen sink. And then I'm going to do, like I said, our medicine cabinet, supplement cabinet that we have down here. And then I have 2 other cabinets that I want to tackle. Also upstairs, my makeup vanity, the vanity that I use to get ready, which I love, you guys. If you are new here, I did get that. I did get it, I think it was maybe in February or March, and I love it. It's a light up vanity, and it has been one of the best purchases I've purchased in a long time. It wasn't necessarily cheap, but I use it all of the time, and I especially love because there's 3 lights you can turn on around the mirror and at 3 different light settings, so it's really cool. So I'm going to organize in there, so we'll be doing that later on. the other reason why it's a good idea to do these little micro decluttering sessions is because, like, specifically, oh, those are these like little organizers. They pull out and then you can even pull them to the side. I just love how you can stack so many medicines or supplements in here. I love them. But anyways, like, we have a few supplements throughout, for our family, whatever, that we had on like a subscribe and save on Amazon. So it would just come like every month or whatever, every 30 days or 90 days or whatever. But sometimes they come and like Michael put them away. Sometimes they come and I put them away. And then you kind of like lose sight of, okay, wow, like, 'cause maybe if we're not on top of like taking the vitamins, like one, for example, the girls take a multivitamin and a pre and probiotic. And to be honest with you, it sounds horrible, but we're a little bit more on top of that in the school year just because you have more of that routine. Our routine is a little bit looser in the summertime. So like they haven't been taking them as much. So they've started to really like pile up. And I didn't realize, but we had like 3 pre and probiotics in there for the girls. I'm like, okay, we got to like put a pause on that. And so like I didn't even know it had piled up that much because Mike had put some of it away. So another good reason to make for sure you're staying on top of decluttering different areas in your home. And then also Mike had like a lot of like creatine gummies. I take the creatine powder. He takes the creatine gummies, like right here. And I was like, okay, you should probably take these to work because you're going to be more like, he's not as disciplined in taking his supplements. And I was like, if you have it at your desk at work, you're going to be much more likely to take it every day than at home because sometimes he's rushing out the door in the morning. Sometimes he's not. So I like piled all those up and he's going to take them to work. Watch me, just follow every move, touch me, let me know you want it too. So these cabinets are in our back hallway, as you can see, and one is just kind of like, it's our paper products. So when we have people over, like that, like when we're hosting and we use paper plates or paper bowls, all of that, and it had just become a cluttered mess, and you could see how much different it looks. And I like was able to get rid of a lot of stuff. And this is like our random cabinet. My candle cabinet, I keep all of my candles in here. And then like the girls have their bubbles and like outdoor, like little stuff. I think basically at this point, it used to be more, but now the girls are a little bit older. It's pretty much just bubbles. Avery has her Polaroid camera in there. So it's just another kind of like, our little s'more maker, just like a bunch of little random stuff for outside. And then my candles, because I love candles. I love candles. But like, I think we got in here a couple weekends ago. We were just hanging around at home and it was like cluttered. And I was like, okay, mental note, we need to go through here. Oh, chalk. We also have like chalk. So just like the little, like outdoor stuff like that. But don't wait for too long. Just hold me. Okay, this is the makeup vanity I was talking about. So I did organize in here when I got it, maybe back in March. And I had these little containers, these little organizers for all of my makeup, but I didn't have anything sticky under them. So I got these little sticky dots. You just put them on under the clear organizers, and then that way, because when I would open this drawer, these containers would shift. And I don't know, it was just like something kind of a little bit annoying. So I wanted to get these little clear sticky dots. I put them on the bottom of the clear organizers, and there you can see, like, now they don't move. So that was my main reason in doing this, but I didn't really have to get rid of a ton. I don't think I have a lot of makeup. Like, I pretty much just have one product with the exception of blush and bronzer, because I have like a bronzer that I use in the wintertime, like a lighter bronzer, and then like I have a darker bronzer that I wear in the summertime when I'm a little bit more tan. And then like I do have multiple blushes, again, kind of like the same thing. I kind of like different color blushes, number one, depending on what I'm wearing, but also depending on how tan I am. But other than that, I pretty much just have like one product, like one foundation. I do have two mascaras because see, I'm saying like I didn't think I had that much makeup, but I have like two mascaras because I like using one on my bottom lashes, one on my top lashes. But anyways, I didn't really have to declutter a ton in here, but it was more like wiping this area down because I dry my hair here, I straighten my hair, curl my hair. Obviously, I do my makeup, and sometimes it gets a little bit messy. So I was just going to clean this up and then vacuum in here. So the Costco grocery haul will be coming up here soon. But I wanted to share with Avery's softball tournament last weekend, you guys. Avery hit a home run. She hit a home run, and it was extra special. I mean, a home run is always fun for any person, you know, as a mom to watch your daughter hit a home run. It's exciting. But what was even better is we were tied at the time with this team who had beat us twice. This team had beaten us twice in two other tournaments. And they beat us pretty badly, like by a lot both times. And so this time we were playing like great. We were like head to head with them. We were tied. There was one girl on base, and Avery crushed one. And she scored. The girl that was on base scored, and then Avery scored. So it put us up by 2, and we ended up winning the game. And that was the semifinals. It took us to the championship, and then we ended up winning the championship. So it was just like an amazing moment. What was even better is I got it on camera, because sometimes I film her when she's at bat for this exact reason. But then it's like she plays so much softball. It's like, you know, and sometimes you're not in like the best angle to, you know, to get a good video, but like where I was sitting, it was just like the perfect angle, and she hit it. And you guys, it was just like I started to like tear up, and I looked at some of the other moms, and they're like, we're gonna tear up. So it was just like so cool. Ava works really hard at softball, and like that's the thing that I focus on is her hard work and watching. It's not about necessarily the home run. It's, you know, reassuring her and showing her that when you put in work towards something, it will pay off, you know. So Anyways, that was really, really fun. And then pretty much the last thing I'm going to do here is the random decluttering space that I wanted to do was under the girls' bed. Sometimes I have them get under here and, you know, clean things up, but usually when I'm cleaning their room, it's like, again, I'm going to focus on just like doing the basics, like what needs to be done. And like under the bed, I'm like, I'm not going to worry about right now. So I was like, you know what? I'm kind of doing that this week, tackling those areas that I've been putting off, and under their beds was one of those spaces.
As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the worst in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. It's like you almost know what I am thinking. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. 'Cause you're the best.
So I just got back from Costco, and you guys, I don't think I've been to Costco in almost a year. Like, it had been so long since I was there. I don't know why. We just haven't been going. Been shopping at Aldi, Thrive Market, and Walmart most of the time. So it was actually kind of nice to go and just like slowly walk around and kind of check out any new things that have changed there. So I'm going to show you what I got. All right, let's start off with my Celsius drinks. I don't drink these a ton, but I like having them on hand. I don't go through them very quickly. I like having them on hand when I have to get up super early and work out, and I don't have time to make the coffee, let the coffee cool down a bit, and sip my coffee, when I can drink one of these fairly quickly as I'm stretching. So I usually only drink these before an early morning workout. I do like the Alani Nu as well, but they just almost taste sweeter, and I feel like the Celsiuses are a little bit less sweet, but I try to limit these because I don't like to use them too much. All right, so Uncrustables, or the off-brand or Charlotte's brand, whatever. I got these because I always keep Uncrustables on hand for like last minute park runs in the summer, for just like, hey, let's go to the park, or for games for the girls, and or just if we just need something quick and easy. You guys know how it is, and they can get expensive. I like making them, but I also just feel better about keeping some in our freezer out in our garage, and they can get expensive. So these were a really good price compared to the ones that I get from Walmart, even the Walmart brand. I get the Great Value brand typically. So I love my Scrub Mommies. You guys know that. This is my favorite sponge. I like the Scrub Mommy versus the Scrub Daddy because it has like the soft side to it. So I picked up these. I don't think I've ever seen these at Costco before, so I was really excited about those. And then some juice boxes. I typically buy the Capri Sun Roaring Waters because it's essentially like flavored water. The sugar content is pretty low. I cannot find them anywhere. I can't find them at Walmart, Kroger, any of the big grocery stores. I can't find them. Target, can't find them anywhere. I don't know why. And again, I just like having juice boxes on hand. The girls don't. They actually prefer water and milk most of the time. And so like, if my kids always wanted like super sweet stuff or constantly wanted juice, I probably wouldn't keep it as often, but they will choose water most of the time, or milk. And it's very, like, it's just not like maybe 1 or twice a week. So I like keeping these on hand, and I'm like, well, I'll get it from Costco and it'll last us a long time. It's just, I want to say, side note, it's interesting to me how growing up, I grew up in the 90s, I was born in the mid 80s, and like drinking full sugar pop soda or like sugary drinks was like standard. And like now, like our kids just, they don't even like anything super sugary. I mean, of course they like a cookie, but a lot of times when we go get ice cream, they won't even finish it. They like eat like a quarter of it, and they just don't love sugary drinks or a lot of sugar. It's interesting how our palates are changing as our food options are changing as the years go by. Just a random thought. Some yogurt pouches. The girls love these because they're easy and convenient and they're fun and they're different than like the yogurt cups, but they're expensive. But I've never seen them at Costco, and I was like, all right, I'll get them for the girls. They were cheaper than if I bought them at the store, and I don't buy them a ton, but they really like them. So I grabbed those, really probably more for like little kids, or like babies and toddlers, but the girls like them. I got these for me, and I think the girls will like them as well. Mini burritos, chicken cheddar, and uncured bacon. I thought those sounded really good. They're mini burritos, which I like for the girls. I think they will like the mini burritos. And I even thought if there's like a dinner, or if there's a time that I had like a big lunch and I'm not like super hungry for dinner, there's 16 grams of protein, so it would be filling, but nothing too big. Or if I just need, like, sometimes if I do a really crazy workout, I get a little hungry at night. And I was like, oh, maybe that could be like a little late night snack. Some allergy, this is like the Claritin. This is what I take daily with my nasal sprays that I get from my allergist. I stocked up on razors because, gosh, razor refills are expensive. I actually have always used the Venus razor. I did get the Billy razor. I still think I kind of prefer this, but I like keeping one razor by my bath and one in my shower. So I wanted to get the refills for the Venus that I have. I like the smooth, and they're just cheaper at Costco. So I usually get those from Costco. These almond butter biscuits, I used to be obsessed with these, like obsessed. I still love them. I just don't eat them as much as I used to, but I used to be obsessed. The girls love them. One of my kids, who shall not be named, drives me crazy when she eats these because she takes them apart. Like whether she's eating an Oreo or like one of these, she'll pull it apart and it just makes a huge mess. It drives me crazy, but not gonna stop me from getting them because the girls like it. I just kind of like switch up their bars, or any type of like snack bars like this, I'll switch up. Like I haven't gotten these in a while, and I noticed that like I kind of have like a rotation of different types of bars, and they're more likely to eat them. I think they get tired of the same type of snack bars. So I haven't gotten those in a while, so I got them. I know the girls will be excited. I've never gotten these either. So pizza snack rolls. Thought they looked pretty good. Sometimes we're just kind of lazy in the summer, and I wanted something easy to have. So we'll try these. Hopefully they're good. I even think Mike would like them. So donuts. I usually don't get baked goods from Costco, but I know a lot of people do like their baked goods, and I'm like, let's give it a try. And it's a holiday week here, so we're gonna be home more. And I was like, let's have some donuts for the girls. That'll be fun. 5 cheese tortellini. This is something we honestly get a ton when we go to Costco. The girls love tortellini. Mike loves it as well. So I always get this. Rouse? I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, whether I pronounced it right or not, I always get this at Costco because it's our favorite marinara sauce. We love it, but it is also expensive when you just get it from your like Walmart or, you know, regular grocery store. So I wanted to get some from Costco. My girls love their mini muffins, the like little bites, but we don't get the little bites. We get like the great value kind. There's like a birthday cake and a chocolate chip, but they love these muffins. This is one snack. So I said, like, when it comes to like bars, they will get tired of it. They never get tired of these mini muffins ever. So I was pleasantly surprised and excited to see them at Costco. So they're a pretty good price compared to when I get them at other grocery stores. Method body wash. So I've been using this. Mike likes Dove, and I used to use the Dove body wash, but I started getting the Method body wash and I really, really like it. And I was like, oh, I've never seen that scent before. I've used that scent and I like it, but I never saw that scent. And it's like, they're bigger bottles, you get more for your value. So I picked that up. I don't think I've ever seen these magic erasers before. So they say they're for the bathroom, and they have Dawn embedded in them. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, because a magic eraser is a really good cleaner, a great cleaning sponge. And I'm like, I love Dawn. So I'm gonna give this a try on our bathtub. And it even says Febreze, so it's scented with Febreze. So I don't know, I just love trying new cleaning products. So I picked it up. You'll probably see me use those at some point. Some chicken tenderloins. I eat chicken so much. I've been eating a ton of chicken lately, and I have been just getting it from the regular store because I haven't been going to Costco, and I'm like, I should be going to Costco. Costco is not far from us at all. Like, it's kind of around the corner. I don't know why I haven't been going to Costco and stocking up on chicken, because it's just gives me more and it's a better value. We get these a lot. The girls like them. So they're fruit bars. The girls really like them, and I like throwing them in the bag for softball or pairing it with a lunch, because to them it's kind of like a little snack, but it's obviously better than other stuff, other types of snacks. So something sweet if they need something sweet, but still like not a horrible snack. And oh, what did I miss? I missed the lasagna. Okay, I've never tried their lasagna before, but it's a holiday week. We have a few activities still going on this week, earlier in the week, and then we're not going to be home. So I was like, this might be the good time to try the Costco, because I've been wanting to try the Costco lasagna, but I was like, I'll just make it myself. It'll be easier. But I'm like, you know what? This week we're kind of like trying to get everything done before the holiday. And I was like, you know what? I don't really want to cook this week. So I'm going to try the lasagna. So it's frozen. It comes with 2. We haven't had it in a while. We don't have lasagna a ton in the summer. So I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try this week. So hopefully it's good. But I think that's going to be it for the grocery haul, today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it motivating and inspiring. Hopefully, I don't know, I just hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I'm thankful and grateful to have you guys here, especially at the end. Thank you guys for being here. And I have a lot of fun content, new content planned out for July, like some projects I want to tackle that I've been putting on the back burner because of our busy first part of the summer, but now things are slowing down in the second half. I got some projects I want to tackle, and I hope to bring you along. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.